The first three. The first time YHVHs appeared as three in the Hebrew Bible. In the beginning. To find the three who will later become known as the three who are one, called the Trinity, we need to look at the Torah of Moses and see if God instructed Moses to write about this revelation. Did YHVH Elohim instruct Moses to write about himself as three? Let us take a look at such a question. Moses on Abraham. Let's begin with Abraham, where YHVH says to Abraham to go forth from his country and from his father's house. And YHVH had said to Abram, go out from your land and from your kindred and from your father's house to the land which I will show you. Genesis 12:1. Abraham obeys and leaves. YHVH promises to bless him and make his name great. Next, we read that the word of YHVH comes to Abraham in a vision. This is the first time that Moses introduces the word of YHVH in the Torah. After these things, the word of YHVH came to Abraham in a vision, saying, do not fear, Abraham. I am a shield to you. Your reward will increase greatly. And Abraham said, Adonai YHVH. Genesis 15:1-2. Now the phrase, the word of YHVH, in Hebrew is in a construct state with a makif. That means that YHVH is the word and the word is YHVH, one and the same. Moses is telling the reader that YHVH, the word, is different than YHVH from Genesis 12:1. Abraham never calls YHVH the word. He identifies him as YHVH only. Moses is the one who makes this distinction to the reader. Next, in Genesis 15:7, Moses writes that YHVH, the word, is the one who caused Abraham to leave Ur of the Chaldeans. And he said to him, I am YHVH, who caused you to come out of Ur of the Chaldeans, to give you this land to inherit it. But YHVH, the word, is never mentioned back in Genesis 11 nor 12 about causing him to leave Ur, but the New Testament does mention this calling to leave. And he said, Stephen, men, brothers and fathers, listen. The Elohim of glory appeared to our father Abraham, being in Beth Naharim, Mesopotamia, before he lived in Haran, and said to him, go out from your land and from your kinsmen, and come into the land which I will show to you. Then going out from the land of the Chaldeans, he lived in Haran. And after his father died, Elohim moved him from there into this land in which now you live. Acts 7:2-4. Stephen declares that the Elohim of glory appeared to Abraham and told him to leave Ur and after to leave his father's house. But does that make three? Back to Moses. Moving forward to Genesis 16, we read about, for the first time by Moses, the messenger of YHVH. And the messenger of YHVH found her, Hagar, by the well of water in the wilderness, by the well in the way of Shur. Genesis 16:7. Again, this is the first time Moses mentions the messenger to the reader. Hagar never calls him messenger by name. Now after the messenger tells Hagar that she will have Ishmael, Moses makes a statement about the messenger who spoke to her. And she called the name of YHVH, the one speaking to her, You-El-Vision, for she said, even here have I looked after the one seeing me. Genesis 16:13. Moses says that it was YHVH speaking to her, and she called him El, the very singular name of God. Moses has just introduced the reader to three individuals who are called YHVH. You have YHVHs in Genesis 12 who spoke to Abraham about leaving Haran, his father's house. You have YHVH, the Word, who appeared to Abraham in a vision and who had told him to leave Ur before going to Haran. And you have YHVH, the messenger, who spoke to Hagar. No matter what you may believe, you have three who appear in the Torah, written by Moses and instructed by God, three who are called YHVH. But there is more. After Abraham was visited by the three men in Genesis 18 and 19, who, by the way, were all called YHVH, Abraham met with Abimelech in Genesis 20. And Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, "What have you done to us? And what have I sinned against you, that you have brought on me and on my reign a great sin? You have done matters to me that should not be done." And Abimelech said to Abraham, "What did you have in view, that you have done this matter?" And Abraham said, "Only because I said to myself, the fear of Elohim is not in this place, and they shall kill me for the sake of my wife." Genesis 20, 9 through 11. And Abraham went on to say, "And it came to be, when they caused me to wander from my father's house." Genesis 20, verse 13. Did you catch that? Abraham spoke the name Elohim for the very first time using a plural verb to make Elohim plural. Abraham then prays to Elohim, who heals Abimelech and his house. So what is our conclusion? Moses identifies two YHVHs who came and appeared to Abraham to leave his father's house. Moses then identifies a third who appeared and spoke to Hagar, namely YHVH, the messenger. Abraham tells Abimelech that they, referring to Elohim for the first time, caused him to leave his father's house. 3 YHVH appeared for the first time according to Moses. For more information on this topic, please get a copy of Elohim, How Can Three Be One by A.G. Shlomo and Rabbi Savi Nasi at Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble.